Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, MsEbonyVee. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have another human hair slay on a Monday, and in fact it is the first one of 2022. So let's go ahead and dive into the unboxing and styling portion of this video. So today's video is sponsored by Cranberry Hair. They included these goodies in the packaging and they were kind enough to send over this Brazilian deep wave 4x4 HD Swiss lace closure wig. It comes in 24 inches with 150% density. So because I've reviewed several of these types of wigs on my channel, I wanted to go ahead and add a little color to the ends of the hair. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So for this process, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Technique High Color Highlights in the colors red and magenta. I'll also be using this silicone mix hair treatment to keep the hair protected, as well as 40 volume developer. I'm going to start by placing a generous amount of the silicone mix in my mixing bowl, and then I'm going to go ahead and add both of the colors, the red and the magenta. Next, I'll be adding the 40 volume developer so that I can get a very creamy consistency. I'm mixing everything together using my little mini spatula that I absolutely love and that I got from Amazon. I'll be sure to list all of the products used in this video down in the description box below. I'm adding a little more developer because I want the consistency to be really loose and creamy so that it applies to the hair easily. So as you saw before, I already have the hair sectioned out, so I'm going to go ahead and work on this very first section. I like to brush through the hair to make sure that I detangle it as much as possible before applying the color. I also made sure to have several pieces of foil set aside as well. So as you can see, I'm just applying this color all over the ends of the hair. I'm not really focusing too much on the root. It is only on the ends, and then once I feel like I have enough of the color on the hair, I go ahead and fold up that foil so that it remains and it can kind of process within the foil. So I'm basically repeating this process for all of the areas that I have already pre-sectioned out. When I'm applying the color, I am sure to apply a very generous amount. I want to make sure the hair is very well saturated. So once I was finished applying the color to the hair, I actually let it sit for about 2.5 hours. Well, in reality, it was about 3 hours because I think I went an additional 30 minutes. But that was enough time to get it to process. Now I'm just removing all of the foil very carefully so that I do not make a mess with this red dye all over the place. I'm really taking my time here, so I'm going to go ahead and wash as well as deep condition the hair off camera. And this is pretty much how the color is looking after I washed it. It's not super bold and bright, but it gives a little subtle hint of color at the ends, which I like. So now I'm going to go ahead and start plucking the hairline. I normally do this off camera, but I figured I'd bring you along the journey. So of course you saw that I just kind of pulled a section of hair from the front, and then I begin tweezing, and this is what that looks like. And then I like to go back another 2 or 3 more rows and do the exact same thing. So for this particular wig, I did end up going back 3 rows and then, just plucking within each row. And this is all of the hair that I plucked out. Now I'm going to move forward with my 3-step process, starting with this leave-in condition from Cream of Nature Argan Oil, and then the Moisture and Shine Curl Activator Cream, and finally the Style and Shine Foaming Mousse. I use this 3-step process anytime that I have a curly wig, and it always leaves my wigs super shiny and very defined, which of course I absolutely love. I also make sure to place a lot of focus on the ends of the hair as well. Next, I like to go in with my Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush and just kind of brush through the hair. This also helps define the curls very well. After I brush through, I go ahead and scrunch up the hair with my hands just to make sure them curls are nice and defined and popping. So I normally let the hair air dry overnight, and this is what it looks like as a result. This was honestly like several weeks, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I did not get back to this hair for a few weeks. So let's go ahead and get this baby installed. Now, I did not bleach these knots. However, I did go ahead and apply my True Match Lace Conceal Tint Spray underneath the lace. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was a little concerned about this cap. It felt like the wig kept sliding back, and I was like, okay, I need you to stay forward now. So that's why I went ahead and decided to glue it down, because I needed to feel that level of security that it was not gonna go anywhere. I am using the Ebin Wonderlace Bond Adhesive Spray Extremely Firm Hold in the black bottle. For the very first time, I have tried the yellow bottle as well as the red bottle and had no issues with either of them. But this one, I don't know if I'm a fan. It leaves a lot of white residue that I am not a fan of. I did not have that experience with either the yellow or the red can. So I'll give more thoughts on that a little bit later, but right now I'm going in with my foundation powder into the parting space. And then I'm using my wax stick just to kind of flatten out the top area in the parting space as well. Now, do you see all of this residue going on? Like, I have never experienced that with any of the other adhesive sprays. And so, yeah, this was just not the business for me. I had to do some serious cleaning up of this residue. Now, something to keep in mind, anytime you're wearing a closure, you need to make sure that your edges are in some decency as well, because they will be mildly exposed. So if the wind blows, you want to make sure your edges are in place too. So now I'm just going in with my spray bottle to liven up these curls a little bit. I told you it had been several weeks since I had touched this hair, so I'm just kind of livening it up a little bit. It really doesn't take much. Had I installed the wig the next day, I probably would not have needed to add any water at all. Now I'm just taking some of my contour powder to go along the hairline just to make sure we're blended as much as possible. And this is pretty much the final look, you guys, and I am quite pleased with it. This hair is absolutely beautiful. I had no issues with this hair. So let me go ahead and give you a quick 360 so that you can see this hair all the way around. It may not be a 360 because I didn't come full circle, but you get the idea. I absolutely love this hair, and I think the pop of color on the ends just set it off very nicely. So that's pretty much all I have for you wonderful people. I thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not, and I will be sure to catch you beautiful people in the next video. Bye, y'all.